Hello there, everybody at Enchanted Emerald. This is Melissa bringing you another card pull, and this is going to be for the energy for today, the 3rd of November. Excuse me, I lost my train of thought there for a second. It's Wednesday evening, and this is going to be a reading for us to just figure out how we need to navigate this energy right now. I know for some of us it's feeling a little intense, it's feeling a little bit rough. I'm hearing from people that they are feeling as though there is pressure, there is intense pressure out there, and they're feeling this in their heart chakra. They're feeling anxiety, they're feeling the waves of intense pressure coming down on them. And I want you to know that you're not alone. I want you to know that there are others that I'm hearing this from. So if you are very sensitive to energy right now, this could be you. I'm also feeling that as well, okay? All the while feeling totally connected to spirit, really trying to stay with my flow. I know it's really hard right now, but do what you need to do to nurture yourself to get through this energy at this time, okay? I definitely had a beautiful afternoon of healing sessions, and I'm so grateful for that. And I am really bringing you a lot of beautiful, loving, high vibe energy, okay? So if you're interested in getting a healing session, maybe trying to just clear out some of that energy, if you're having difficulty navigating that, I would definitely be interested in helping you out with that. So hit me up. And you can hit me up at enchantedemeraldny@gmail.com or in the messenger on Facebook. As we get started here, as always, I use the traditional Rider-Waite deck, and I use that as my go-to deck, really. It's my main deck that I use. It's just what I like to do. So I have the World card here for us this evening. And with the World card, I'm really feeling as though your calling is calling, okay? So your calling is calling. What do I mean by that? I actually feel as though it's like an old school phone with the like ringlet, that's connected to the wall, and you're on the phone and it's ringing and you pick it up and it is talking to you. So have you been seeing the signs? Have things been manifesting for you? Have you been seeing the synchronicities around what it is that you've been desiring to do for a while, and you're just wondering, is this really something that I should be following right now? I think this would be the time to do so, okay? So really what I hear with that too is that Switchfoot song, that we were meant to live for so much more. And okay, I feel as though at some point in time you might have lost yourself, you might have gotten caught up in what's happening in the external world, right? We all get busy doing things that we feel that we have to do and not things that we necessarily want to do. And so this is getting back to what you want to do, right? And what you feel called to do, what could be part of your purpose, why you were put here on this earth. And so fulfilling that and following that path. And so you might be seeing numbers. I'm feeling like an 1111. So if that's you, that could definitely be a sign that this is a reading that's definitely associated for you. But what I feel, the energy that accompanies with that, what I feel is a bird that's taking flight for the first time, like a baby bird that's learning to fly, where you've tried for a while and it's like you've gotten off the ground and then you hit the ground, you off the ground, you hit the ground, you off the ground, and you hit the ground. But this time it's where you've totally got the knack of it and you're in flight, you're up in the air, and you feel so free. You feel like you've been held back for this whole time, and now you feel freedom and joy and peace, and I'm getting chills with that. So that is definitely a beautiful feeling here that's accompanying this, okay? Something happened along the way where you felt like you just couldn't do that, is really what I'm feeling. So you wanted to do it though. And I feel like right now it's like you're in the last part of the game, or the last half, I guess I should say, of the game. And it's a basketball game is what I was shown. So there's a time clock that I was shown, and it's counting down. It's pretty close to the end. But for you, it's almost as if this time clock, even though it's still going, it's counting down super slowly, where you have a moment where it's almost like time is like in a freeze frame almost, right? where it's like a blur a little bit, and you can hear the audience in the background like, go, do it, do it, do it. And it's time for you to shoot your shot, right? Like, you have the basketball in your hands and it's time. You know the clock is counting down. You know everyone is counting on you. And so it's like you're almost frozen in fear, in excitement at the same time. And you're ready to like shoot your shot, even though you know, like, man, I'm extremely far from this basketball hoop. I'm not really sure I'm going to make it. But you know you have no choice. You have to shoot from where you are because you're surrounded, right? And so if you don't try, you know that there's no chance of winning, right? So you have no choice. But you're going to give this your best shot. And so you're going to shoot your shot. And so you are going to do this, right? And now, so it's like much like the chatter of the audience in the sidelines saying, do it, or don't do it, or hurry up, or whatever they're saying. Everybody's got opinions now, right? Because you're ready. You're ready to take your shot. You're like, man, I want to feel this freedom of flight and independence, right? And so I'm gonna shoot my shot. I'm gonna go for this because I wanted to do this for a long time. And so it's almost as if you have someone around you that's, maybe they don't necessarily mean to, but it seems as though they're interrogating you. But like, how are you going to do it? What are you going to do? Like, my friends and I kind of joke about that because there's somebody in my life that always says that to me, that, what are you going to do? But just know that is their own fear that is now being projected onto you, right? You don't have to buy into that. You don't have to ease their fears and their worries, right? You just have to worry about you. You just have to follow your heart. There is no chance of winning or no chance of feeling fulfilled or happy if you don't go after that. And now remember, if this is your divine mission, that this is going to be fully supported by the universe. So you're like extra. You're going to be like extra supported. And it's super, I just love the excitement and the warm fuzzies that kind of accompanies this as well. So just know that if there's someone around you that is trying to project their opinion on you, it's their own fear and their own worry. That's something that they have allowed to dictate their life and to hold them back. It doesn't necessarily have to be your story. You don't have to buy into that, and you definitely don't have to allow that to keep you limited, right? It can be a little intimidating though, right? Because you can be like, that's true, I didn't think about that, like, or how am I gonna do that, right? You don't have to do that. Don't get in your head about it, right? Just decide that you're gonna do that. The energy will come in to support you. Spirit will come in to support you, okay? Because I feel as though this person is attracted to your light, right? Where they see, it's almost like your light shines so brightly that it's like this bedazzled jacket that you're wearing, right? Like all these, mine's like, I have like little gold hearts, but just pretend it's like bedazzled, right? And you're shining really bright up on stage. The lights are shining on you. And it's like reflecting in a million directions. That's what your light is doing, and you're shining your light, and it's only going to get brighter and more intense and attract more people to you as you're living in your purpose and you're living abundantly in your purpose, right? It's going to just attract more and more people that will question you, more and more people that will want to know how you're doing it and want to also shine brightly like that. And so just understand that this is all purposeful now, right? Understand that it's almost like a false front, right? That these people are putting on, right? Where they come in and they question and stuff like that. It's not meant to question you as a person. It is not an attack against your character. It is simply sometimes out of their own fears, but also sometimes out of genuine curiosity, right? Because they want to also live a life like that, living in their purpose and living abundantly and shining really bright and having a beautiful and wonderful, happy life like that as well. And so, and you know, being able to feel great about taking that risk and taking that shot at the last second and, you know, getting like nothing but net, even though you're so far from the net, right? And so I feel like that's where you're at, you know? And I feel as though everything is in slow motion, because it's like about to like all pop off. Like everything is happening for you, and it's your choice right now. Do you play conservatively, or are you going to try to shoot your shot and win and really try to get everything that you're here for? Claim all the beautiful abundance and wonderful things that you're here for. Because if you're playing conservatively, you're going to let that time clock run out, and you're not going to try it all, and you're not going to score it all, right? You might be sitting in that fear and not allow that to, you know, keep you in that same space, and get caught up in the moment and looking around and listening to everybody's opinions, right? Okay, that's conservative. But if you don't take any risk at all, at the end of the day, if you're not taking that shot at all, then you have zero chance of winning, right? Zero. And so I think that it's really important here for you to understand that like, even if you miss, even if things don't work out exactly how you had planned when you shoot your shot, maybe it's not nothing but net. Maybe it bounces off the rim. Maybe it goes in after it circles around and then it goes in, right? Whatever that looks like, right? However it happens for you, you can catch it on the next round if it doesn't go in, right? There's always like, if you don't succeed, you can try again. Or maybe you have to perfect your method, right? Like understanding that you can do this. You can do this. You have to believe, right? Even if you don't succeed at first, you need to just be proud of yourself, regardless of what's happening, right? And giving it your best shot is always important. Understand that you have to acknowledge how far you've come, all of the stuff that you've accomplished, and really understand that as long as you're out here giving it your best every single day and showing up for your life, showing up for you, showing up for yourself, you understand that there's still so many beautiful things available to you, so many beautiful things to come for you, as long as you are doing the things. Do the darn thing, okay? Taking the action steps to get yourself to those places. So at this point in time, are there any loose ends that you need to tie up, right? Do you need to stop to reflect at this point? When this time clock is counting down, where everything feels like it's a blur, it's a little bit of a slow motion, right? Is there a point where you can stop and say, did this happen before? What happened last time? How can I learn from that? How can I improve? What did I learn throughout this whole game? How did I learn about my opponents? What did I learn? And how do they navigate? And how can I slide to the left when they're going to slide to the right and shoot my shot, right? And understand that you have to see through your perspective and your eyes, and you have a beautiful accomplishment regardless of what that looks like to anybody else. And so as you do this, this is going to usher in some beautiful opportunities for you. And I feel like what happens with this is that there's like a rug that's laying on the floor, and as that rug gets dust and dirt and, you know, all that stuff on top of it, it happens to like settle underneath it. Okay, so it's not just sweeping things under the rug. We are going to actually pick up the rug. We're going to look under the rug. We're going to actually sweep out from under the rug. Okay, so all that dirt from under that rug. When I talk about that, we really have to dig deep. We really have to look deep. What's under that rug? All that junk under that rug is under here. Okay? So what are we talking about? We're talking about negative emotions. We're talking about resentment that you're holding on to. We're talking about conversations that you've not had that need to be had. We're talking about, bygones being bygones, leaving the past in the past. And I'm talking about, for somebody out there, this could actually be an actual physical injury or some violence that had taken place, some kind of very cruel thing that had happened to them in the past that they're holding on to. You need to be able to let that go. You need to allow those feelings to surface, acknowledge them, feel them, release them, let that go, because it's just holding you back. And I'm getting big chills with that, so that was definitely somebody's message. And if you're having trouble letting that go, and you need some assistance with that, and you need somebody to talk to, I'm always here for you. Okay? So beautiful message here for you for today, the 3rd of November. As always, I hope you all have a beautiful evening. And I will be back with another read for you guys again soon. I'm going to be working on my monthly readings. I know I'm a little late on that, but I've had some adjustments to make in my life as well, probably just like everybody else. And I'm getting in my groove, I'm getting in my flow, and so it's a beautiful space. I love to be back to my flow, and if you're interested in a reading, your own personal reading, you can always hit me up at enchantedemeraldny@gmail.com, or hit me up in that square site pinned at the top of Facebook or in the description box below right here on YouTube. If you haven't yet hit that subscribe button, please don't hesitate to hit that subscribe button and the bell so you're notified of all of the new and amazing content as it's released. Thank you so much. Have a great day.